not like those girls, Jenny.
Period! Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So by the title of this video, some of you guys are already upset. I can already hear it, like, ew, is she serious? It has to be clickbait. No, it's not clickbait, and you guys are just haters if you don't agree with this video. So like you see in the title, Jenny Humphry was, is, still is, always will be, back then to this day, 100 years from now, the best character on Gossip Girl, and we're gonna get into it. Now, I want to get into the negatives first because I know some of you guys are not here to hear the positives. You guys are stuck in your minds about why Jenny is the worst character, and I keep hearing the same things. I keep hearing the same themes when you talk about Jenny and why she's the worst character and why she's overall hated. And I honestly try to find reasons that were valid that people would probably dislike Jenny. So I went on a little bit of a hunt, a research hole, and I found forums and I read articles and, you know, on people that were the main sources of the hate campaign of Jenny Humphry. And these are the things that I found. Garbage. I didn't find anything that was valid. I didn't find any valid reasons that people hate Jenny this much. So I was thinking back to the times that I've watched Gossip Girl, because I have watched the whole series 4 times. Yeah, 4 times. Why? I don't know. It's my favorite show. Anyways, so I was trying to think back to the times that Jenny annoyed me, because even though she's my favorite character and the best character on Gossip Girl, she's problematic. But okay, like, you love your family member, right? Like, if you have a family member, favorite cousin or sister or something, they might be a good person, but they get on your nerves sometimes. Hello, we're human. That's just how it is. So there were moments when Jenny got on my nerves, and I could see why she would get on other people's nerves, but it still wasn't a good enough reason for me to hate her like everyone hates her. And I just never really understood it. I'm like, what is it? The way she talks, the way she acts, the things she does, or is it just her? Because honestly, everyone on Gossip Girl were doing the same thing. So when I found the list in this one particular article about the reason why Jenny was like the worst character, I'm like, you might as well put the reasons why Nate, Dan, Jenny, Chuck, Blair, and everyone else was the worst character on Gossip Girl, because the things that they listed was something that everyone else were doing on God. So I don't really understand. The one article which I was reading it, and I'm like, did a toddler write this? So yeah, it was like the worst things Jenny did to Blair. So I guess they like singled out Blair and Jenny's relationship. One of them was pouring yogurt on her hair. Okay, come on, guys. Now we're just playing around, right? Like, is this a joke? Am I getting trolled? I was reading this article and I'm like, am I getting trolled? Did a 5-year-old write this? That's something I would say when I was watching like a kid's show when I was 3 or 4. Oh, I don't like her because she poured yogurt on her hair. So I really tried to just get that out of my head, because I'm like, I did not just read that. The next was sent Gossip Girl blast about Blair. Isn't that what this whole show is about? Everyone at one point had sent a Gossip Girl about someone. Serena, for example, took over as Gossip Girl for like a whole season, and she was writing mean things about her friends. These are the people that she had loyalty to. Jenny didn't really owe anyone loyalty. I mean, I guess you can say Dan because he's her brother, but Dan, this isn't a Dan video. I could go on a whole tangent about Dan. We're not going to talk about him. Anyways, Jenny had no loyalty to Blair. So she sent a Gossip Girl blast because Blair did something to her. And I'm trying to remember what that was. I couldn't find it, but I do know it was when Blair slept with Chuck while she was still with Nate. That was around season 1, maybe season 1, 2. And she did that because Blair did something to her. So is it petty? Yes. Is it vindictive? Yes. Was it kind of mean? Yeah. But was she the only one who did it? No.
But you don't know what you're dealing with here.
Oh, I'm not scared of Blair, Nate.
I mean, you fall out of line, what do you think's gonna happen to you?
Well, then I won't fall out of line.
That's not a good enough reason for me to hate Jenny. It's not a good enough reason for me to hate Jenny. Let's try again. So I saw this thing on a forum and I agreed with it because everyone on this forum were like, it was a trash talk Jenny hour, and I couldn't believe my eyes what I was reading. Somebody said she was a lot like Blair, except Blair had more resources and a better safety net because obviously she was rich, even though we're not going to talk about the fact that Jenny and Dan in the beginning lived in a literal $10 million loft. But we're not going to talk about it because, yeah, out of everyone in that school, they were, I guess, the poorest. They weren't poor, but compared to everyone else, I guess. When you're comparing millionaires to billionaires, whatever. I'm not in that world, so I wouldn't know. But I do agree with that because Blair and Jenny had a lot of similar things going for them. They were both really into fashion. Blair as a how do you call it, just fashion in general. Blair's a very good director because she was the mean girl. She knew how to boss people around, so she made a really good boss. And even in the 6th season, when we see that Blair took over her mother's company, she was the boss of it. She actually worked with Jenny. If you notice, it was like J by Waldorf, and I'm guessing that Jenny designed these clothes because Jenny was a really good fashion designer. Now, honestly, that's the one thing I did like about their relationship between Blair and Jenny, because at the very beginning, yeah, I found Jenny annoying just for the simple fact that she was really trying to be Blair and she wanted to be in the in crowd. But at the same time, I couldn't really blame her. We have to take in consideration Jenny was like 13, 14. They were freshmen in high school, and she's in this new environment where most of the girls in her school have a lot of money. They wear certain designer clothes and they judge people who are not like them. So she didn't want to feel outcasted. So I really understood why she wanted to be in that in crowd, because that's how she felt like she was going to survive high school. And she wanted to be about that life. You know, she wanted to design her handbags. I understand that. She was like 14. So I never faulted her for that. Sometimes it was kind of annoying because you'd be watching Gossip Girl and it's like, Jenny, Blair is not your friend. She doesn't care about you.
I wanted to be your friend last year for a reason. I wanted you to like me.
Stop. But I think the one thing that I really liked, there was a scene where when Blair had that sleepover party event thing and invited Jenny, and then when they went out, they were doing like the dares and stuff, and then then Blair called the cops on Jenny because she was in the store, tried to get her arrested, but Jenny ended up turning it around and saying that she was Blair and ended up coming out unscathed. I mean, white privilege kind of, because I mean, the cops didn't even ask for ID or whatever. So yeah, that was my favorite like Jenny moment, because that was in the very beginning where that was the first time she kind of stuck up to Blair, because right when she went back to the sleepover party, Blair was like, okay, you're good. You proved yourself. You earned your place. You can stay the night. And she said, deuces, bye, I'm out of here. I don't need you guys. And what? So that was the first time when I started respecting Jenny, because I was like, you see, when you put your mind up to it, you can be better. You can be separate. Be yourself. You want to be all that queen bee designer, whatever. Do that, but don't try to become Blair, because she'll never be Blair. You know, we all knew that watching the show. Even me, as a Jenny Humphry fan, I was like, Jenny, you're never gonna be Blair. So stop. So I was so happy when she stopped playing by, I'm not going to say stop playing by Blair's rules, because everyone was a terrible person on this show, to be honest. But I really liked when she stopped caring about how Blair would see her and how this person would see her and how that person would see her.
I don't mean this one.
You touch this dress, you will never set foot in here again.
Because at the end of the day, we found out that Jenny ended up finding out that Dan was Gossip Girl before she left to Hudson after that whole thing with her and Chuck and Blair banishing her and everything like that. So I'm looking at Dan because she knew about that. If I was Ginny and Dan, my brother, just told me that this whole time he was Gossip Girl, there'd be an issue, because there were plenty of times where Dan, with that little stupid remark that he always had on his face, oh my goodness, I can't stand Dan, was always judging her. And she even made it a good point and said that, like, do you think that only your dreams matter? Of becoming a stupid writer or journalist or whatever he wanted to do? Like, no, she's really into fashion designing. And she didn't feel like her father supported her. She felt like her father supported Dan more than her. And I understood that. And so I think about this all the time. Like, I wanted to see the look on Ginny's face when Dan told her that he was Gossip Girl. I would have been like, you hypocrite. Bringing me down for what? I have this dream and you're over here like pooping on my dream, talking all this mess, going to our father, saying how I'm turning into a bad person when you were Gossip Girl all this time. This isn't a Dan video. I have to keep reminding myself because all roads lead back to the devil, Dan. But we're not talking about him today. We're talking about Ginny. Next, another argument that I saw that people were saying the reason why they don't like Ginny is because Ginny was trying to break up Serena and Nate. And besides Blair and Dan, Serena and Nate were the worst couple on the show. Like I said, besides Blair and Dan together, because that was a catastrophe. Serena and Nate did not make sense. I did not like it. I didn't like it when they try to insinuate like a sort of thing in the beginning when we find out that he cheated on Blair with Serena, and I'm just not seeing it. Like, it didn't make any sense to me. I do not like Serena. I like Nate, even though he's problematic. All right, he's problematic. He's problematic. He's a sweetheart. He's kind of stupid. He's problematic, but I do not like Serena, and I do not like them together. It was just awkward. Like, whenever I saw them on screen, I was like, oh, like I don't feel anything, you know. Ginny and Nate could have been the best couple on Gossip Girl. They were so good for each other. Oh my God, so good for each other. And to this day, even though, yeah, Ginny was a mean girl at times, I'm so upset that Vanessa hid the letter that Nate gave to Ginny, sent to Ginny. So was Ginny being trifling when she tried to break up Nate and Serena? Yeah. Duh. But like I said, everybody on the show was trifling. Serena went with, what was his name? Carter Bazin somewhere. I think it was because she was trying to figure out where her father was or something. Didn't let Nate know about anything. Should Ginny have gotten in the middle of it? No, but she did. Now what? Chuck tried to sell Blair to his uncle to get his hotel back. We're also not forgetting about what Chuck did to Ginny in season 1. But we all love Chuck, right? There's no valid points. She was a bad person at times, but that's what this show was. They were all terrible people, and I can name multiple things that people did in this show that were cowardly and equally as bad, sometimes 10 times even worse than the things that Ginny did. So I don't understand. I still say that she's the best character in the show, the most ambitious, and she really pursued her goals with style. She was rebellious. I was like, whenever I would be so upset when Ginny got caught with something because I wanted her to get away with it so bad. You know, like that Tyra Banks clip where it was like, we were rooting for you, we were all rooting for you, like that. When she got sent away to Hudson because, you know, the character Taylor Momsen left the show, I was sad. I was like, ugh. And the show kind of went downhill, honestly. You guys can't lie and say the show didn't go downhill. I mean, I was really happy when Vanessa left, because I was like, girl, you should have left like in season 1. This is not your crowd of people, and I don't know why you were trying so hard to make it work with Dan as a friend or anything more, because he didn't care about you, boo. Sorry to say it. He didn't care about you, Vanessa. He didn't care about you. and Jenny and Eric, honestly, because I really love their friendship, even though she did some foul stuff to him.
You tried to play dirty at the dance, but you should know, nobody puts Jenny in the corner. And now she's having the time of her life.
But at the end of the day, she was trying to withhold her, how do you call it? Her status as queen bee of the school, right?
Make sure my spot's free at the Met steps and wait there with the yogurt for me.
And he knew that. There were some things that Eric did too that I didn't really like, but at the end of the day, like I said, this is a Jenny video, not an Eric or Dan or Chuck or Nate or Serena video. I do want to make, I have so much to say, but Jenny was just that girl.
To Jenny.
She did, like, talk about rebelliousness.
Maybe that's not the path I want.
Is that what you told Headmistress Queller? That you don't care about all the school you've missed?
No. Told her I'm not coming back.
She did it so like, I respected her rebelliousness, okay? I respected her rebelliousness, especially when it came to her being ambitious, because at the end of the day, she was ambitious. And like I said, that's why I can really compare her to Blair in that sense, that she wanted to do whatever she had to do to get where she needed to be. And she looked out for herself. And that's how a lot of people were on this show. But apparently, when Jenny does it, it's an issue, right? That's all I really have to say. I can speak about so many things that Jenny has done that I was like, wow. I wanted to be Jenny Humphry when I was younger. And the way, and what I mean by that is like, and the way that she was really ambitious and was kind of rebellious. I really like that about Jenny. And even the times where I was kind of like, girl, that's kind of shady. I was like, that's kind of shady. Sorry if that's problematic, but yeah. And I don't know if the comments are probably gonna tell me things that I can't really remember right now or didn't have the chance to look up about the things that Jenny has done. And honestly, like I said, you guys can tell me why you don't like Jenny. And honestly, I want to hear some good reasons. I don't want to hear anything like she was so selfish. She tried to break up this person, try to break up this person, try to do it, because everybody was sleeping with everybody on that show. So come up with a better reason as to why you don't like Jenny. I'm serious, please come up. Like, I really want to know, because maybe some things slipped my mind, or the little things that she did. Number one, she did not try to drug Serena, so some people really get that messed up. She didn't know that Juliet was gonna drug her, and her and Vanessa backed off when they found out about that. You know what I mean? Even though that was shady, you know, she got herself into situations like that where it's like, I don't like it. I don't like it. And Rufus was another one that got on my nerves for complete different reasons. I mean, him and Dan are kind of the same, dumb as ever. But yeah, I also want to see if there's any Jenny Humphry stans. All right, we have to start speaking out loud, because people are always constantly trying to mess on Jenny, and I don't understand it. And as a Jenny Humphry stan, yeah, I will call myself a Jenny Humphry stan. And I don't want to hear anybody like, she's a fake character, why are you going so hard? Because I can, and because I like the show, and this is what I'm here to do, give commentary on things like this. So let me know in the comments, what was your favorite Jenny Humphry moment, whether it was good or bad or shady. Oh, this is shady. Well, that's it. Thank you guys for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.